In this video, I rank every flower in Minecraft. Also, only 5.4% of viewers subscribe, so if you enjoy it, then consider subscribing. It's free and it helps out a lot. Anyways, this tier list is 5 tiers. Best, useful, decent, lacking, and useless. This is the Minecraft flower tier list. Starting off with the Allium. This flower is slightly purple and makes magenta dye. However, lilacs can also make magenta dye and they're easier to grow, so Alliums are a useless tier. Azure Blue. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Azure Blue.
And I don't know why they call it a bluet when it's not even blue. It's white and yellow and it can craft gray dye. It's also one of the smallest flowers in the game. Decent tier. Blue orchids. These are typically found in the swamp and they can craft light blue dye. They also look pretty cool in my opinion and they're good for decoration. Useful tier. Cornflowers. These do not produce corn and they're not even yellow. They're blue and they can craft blue dye. They can also spawn in most normal biomes and they're decent. Decent tier. The old version of dandelions. One of the OG flowers. This flower gives you yellow dye and it's iconic. I remember watching Stampy when I was younger and he decorated his pathway to his house with dandelions. And when I made a survival world, I did the same. For me, these are best tier. The new dandelion. I included both these versions because there's probably going to be that one guy in the comments that says the older the new one was better, so I made sure to cover all grounds. Anyways, the new dandelion is basically a retextured old dandelion and still gives you yellow dye. Useful tier. Lilacs. This 2-block high flower gives you magenta dye and 2-block high flowers are very easy to farm. This flower also looks nice. Useful tier. Lily of the Valley. These flowers give you white dye and for me at least, they're kinda hard to find. They don't usually spawn in valleys and there are better options out there. You can just use bone meal for the white dye. Lacking tier. Orange tulips. They give you orange dye. What'd you expect? Anyways, tulips can be good for decoration. They come in many different colors. Decent tier. Oxide daisies. These let you craft gray dye. They do look kinda like a flower, but they're not really that useful. Lacking tier. Peonies. I think I'm saying that right. This flower can craft pink dye. It's basically the exact same as a lilac, just slightly different. Useful tier. Pink tulips. Basically orange tulips, but pink. They craft pink dye, and they're a tulip. What more do you need to know? Decent tier. Poppies. This is probably the most well-known flower. It makes red dye and it looks nice. Perfect for gardens in your home or anything else. Best tier. Red tulips. These are basically an orange tulip, but red. It makes red dye, however so do poppies, and poppies are just better. Lacking tier. Rose bushes. These are 2 high block flowers that make red dye. 2 other flowers already make red dye, however this is a 2-block high flower. So, useful tier. The rose. The rose is basically the old version of the poppy. I have fond memories of this flower. It's really just nostalgic for a lot of people. It's sad to see it go, and personally it was my favorite flower. Best tier. Sunflowers. They spawn in sunflower fields in case you didn't pick up on that. They also give you yellow dye. Decent tier. White tulips. Can you guess what color dye these ones give you? You guessed it, light gray. This flower is deceptive and hard to find. It needs to be stopped. Useless tier. And last but not least, the wither rose. This is probably the best flower in the game. Not my personal favorite, but it's the most functional. For starters, it gives you black dye. And the only other way to get black dye is by killing a squid, which can be very time consuming. These flowers are also great for mob farms because they apply the wither effect, damaging the mob and usually killing it. Also, you can't naturally find wither roses. Wither roses drop when the wither kills a mob. Wither roses are a best tier. Alright, that was my ranking for all the flowers in Minecraft. Thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one, bye.